we're learning why we worked so hard to get to Grenada, and that is because it's below the hurricane belt.
That's where it's gonna be real gnarly.
Hold strong, Shock. This is exactly why we worked so hard to sail here to Grenada. It's hurricane season, and I've returned to our sailboat and floating home without my other half. She will be joining shortly, but for now I'm on a solo mission keeping a watchful eye over our girl, Shock Mate. Good morning, everybody. Woo! We got a hold of a gym membership. That's huge. We got weather rolling in. Hurricane Fiona just passed well north of Grenada, so we're learning why we worked so hard to get to Grenada, and that is because it's below the hurricane belt. So Fiona is turning it out to be quite a brute, but we were well south of Fiona. There's another storm developing right now, and it's supposed to hit us today going into tonight. It's going to be developing. It's forecasted to develop into a hurricane somewhere in the middle of the Caribbean towards Jamaica. So right now it's not quite, it's not a hurricane, it's like a tropical wave, bringing 40 to 50 knot winds, a lot of rain, but you never know. I mean, it's coming in hot. We've secured Shock Mate. Basically, we just needed to take the shade cover down. So I had to take the shade down, just check all the lines, shut all the hatches, and give her a kiss and say, good luck, Shock.
Into the day, that's gonna be right there tonight. That's where it's gonna be real gnarly. Ooh.
Had a gap in the rain, so we're heading out to Shock. The shade cover definitely needed to come down. I felt like I was gonna leave the bimini up, but take it down. It's a little extra windage, so let's just take it off. Why not? When Michael and I left Shock Mate a few months ago, we were pretty sure we had a bad leaky tow rail. Every couple days we'd pull our floorboards up and we'd just see water, standing water in our bilge every couple days. And we were pretty sure, yeah, the whole tow rail needed to come off and be resealed, and all of our deck fittings needed to come out and be resealed. We actually have a very dry boat. What was happening was our fresh water storage units were leaking. We have 2 water bladders, about 150 liters each, and when we left the boat, we drained the water so it wouldn't go bad. When Michael and I were living on the boat, we were filling these water bladders up, you know, every couple of days, so we have drinking water and, you know, so you can live. So we'd fill them up, but they must have just been leaking into the bilge constantly. So we were constantly pumping out the bilge, thinking, oh my God, we got a leaky boat. Because it was raining every other day or so. It rains quite a bit here in Grenada, pretty frequently. It doesn't seem to be a lot, but it'll just be a heavy downpour and then it'll stop for a while. This season, though, this is the season for a lot of rain. So anyways, we have a dry boat. We're gonna really get a good test. Last night it rained quite a bit and we just got to the boat and the bilge is completely dry. We're gonna get a lot of rain today and a lot of rain tonight. So we're gonna check the boat tomorrow and just see, you know, how much water collected in this bilge. I feel like Shock is as ready as she'll ever be. So we're just gonna give her a kiss and wish her luck. We'll be keeping an eye on you, old girl. The mooring lines look good. There's really no windage. We took all the windage down. It's not a hurricane, like I said, it's developing into one, but otherwise I would take the solar panels off too if it was forecasted to be a hurricane. But since it's so early in development, it is gonna be rough, but I've decided to leave the solar panels up this time. But we do take them down when we see hurricanes coming. Hold strong, Shock. How do you feel about the forecasted weather?
Well, it's not a hurricane threat right now.
Yeah.
So far, I think we're okay here.
Cool. Looking good, guys. All right, you guys, I'm on blue. She's looking good. This is the cockpit. We're just about to head down below. see what she looks like. How you doing down below? All right, Alex and Mandy are looking good. Their boat's name is Blue Juice. That is an interesting name, Alex and Mandy. I've never heard from you why you named it Blue Juice, or if that was your name or it previously had the name Blue Juice. I'm not aware of it, but Blue Juice is looking good. We better lock up and go. It's looking kind of hairy. Amelia's looking good. So we're gonna have a lot of action, not only out there in the mooring, but we're gonna be here in the marina, and I'm curious to see how all these boats perform, because really we're all tied at a beam to the wind. So the wind's gonna be coming mostly out of the south, which is just gonna be hitting the beam of these huge catamarans. So that's so much windage. So it's just gonna be ripping. So it's gonna be interesting. I mean, the boats are already rocking quite a bit, and this is nothing. This is absolutely nothing. Look at those two masts going back and forth.
Put it on the camera. Oh crap. But I let it charge and I cleared it, so I'm filming today. But yesterday, I put out a fire. So I wish I had the camera with me.
So yesterday, I didn't have the camera with me, but it was even windier than it is today, and I got a ton of chaff stuck in that little spot, and I started smelling it, which is never a good sign. And I got out and checked, and it was actually smoldering. It was a big ball of blackened chaff back there. But luckily, I got it put out, and Evan loaned me this tool, which is everything. It's just a little mini blower on a Milwaukee battery pack, and that's all you need to keep it cleaned off so you don't start fires, burn down the combine and half the countryside. So we're gonna keep an eye on that today, and hopefully no more fires.
You saw 26, Michelle? Yeah, that's gonna be the first gust there. 26 knots, not bad. Looks like some heavy rains though. We're getting the whistling.
All right.
We got a leak.
This is totally gonna MacGyver it, so.
Quickly spotted a leak here. You're gonna go for it, huh?
I'm just gonna do it. You know what? It's probably not gonna work, but, and it's certainly not gonna look nice with it.
This is MacGyvering it, huh?
Exactly. Oh no, dude, I don't think it'll work. You know what? It's not gonna work. You know why? Because this one. Yeah, and it's going down under the, oh man. You know, fires and leaks.
Every boat's got a leak somewhere, huh?
Son of a building block.
Oh, there we go. 30,
where's the gas?
33 knots,
33.
32.
Moving so I don't have to think about it. More truth, I'm not the type to grapple with it all. But
All right, that's a lot of rain, guys, but we're doing pretty good. Last night wasn't really too bad. I think we saw like 36 knots a couple times, some gusts that neared 40 knots, but maybe sustained 20, mid-20s for a while. But it's still we're probably gonna get hit a few more times today. Little espresso maker on the boat. That's how you roll right there, baby. Maya's doing her morning talk, just like Lola. Our dog Lola loves to talk in the morning. She does a lot of like, stuff like that, and Maya does the same thing. So it's really comforting to talk back to Maya in the morning and give her a Maya, good morning, Meyerstein. Sounds aggressive, but really, she's just saying, good morning. You hearing that? It's a whistle.
Yeah, the wind whistle?
Yeah. Is that what you've been doing? Just poking your head out of the hatch every once in a while?
Pretty much since about 11 o'clock last night, yeah.
It's a pretty good little view you got there.
Yeah, I know, it's really nice.
You got the 360.
Yeah, this is like the,
That's kind of
like
block-
the periscope of a catamaran.
That's blocking your view a little bit there. Looking pretty good. Nothing is out of the ordinary. I'm really just curious to see if we took any water on inside of the bilge. All right, so there you have it. There's our problem area. It appears the rest of the bilge is bone dry. We're getting some water in this area, so we must have a deck leak somewhere in this vicinity here. All right, here's the beauty of the paint job. I'm gonna film this for Michael too and show her. Normally cleaning the bilge was like a huge ordeal, and if you saw stuff like this, you'd have to scrub it and use a toothbrush, and you still wouldn't be able to get all of it because it would just hide in the fibers. So watch this. One little wipe. No spray, which I probably could use a nice cleaning spray, but look at that. One-handed. Not bad, huh? Let's go, baby. Still getting some pretty good gusts, and the gusts are forecasted to be like this. Sorry. Gusts are forecasted to be like this the rest of the day, so it's gonna be rainy, still gusting up to 30 and 40 knots, so I'm not gonna set the shade up. This goes to show why we worked so hard to get to Grenada, which is south of the hurricane belt, where hurricanes are projected to basically travel through Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is like right there in the middle of the hurricane belt. So our friends GBU, Matt and Kristen, have ridden out quite a few hurricanes in the last couple years because they just come right through that hurricane alley, and they decided just to camp out in Hurricane Alley. Michael and I, we worked really hard to get south down here in Grenada, and you can see why. I mean, Fiona was huge and just a lot of flooding, some crazy winds, still ripping out in the middle of the ocean. This storm that just hit us is just the beginning. I mean, this thing is developing right now, so we're early in the stage and we're south of the belt. So it just makes Grenada an epic place to be if you want your boat to stay floating and you want to stay alive. It is very, very testy weather though, huh? We're having out here. It's also a bit of a ghost town out here. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but if you look at almost every boat around me, all of the dinghies are up on the bow, just like ours, which is usually a good sign that they've left their boats. So, I mean, usually people leave their boats here during this time of the season and just bounce out, unless they're in the marina. But out here in the mooring, it seems like not the time to be on the boat. But you know us, we break the rules, we do things our ways. We're bums on a boat here. So we have a self swell, which means the swell is coming from the only open area in the harbor. And when I say open, it's actually covered by reefs, but every other direction is covered by high land. So the swell is coming from here, which is catching all of the boats here in the marina. It's catching them all broadside, right on the side. So it's making kind of a crazy ride for everybody. People are on alert right now just because it's a lot of pressure and a lot of waves coming from the south, pushing everybody that way. But yeah, it's gusting back up almost to 40 again, so we're still in it. We're just gonna ride it out, keep an eye on Amelia, and just hang tight. Just basically watch and wait. That's all you can do sometimes, right? Watch, wait, and be ready for anything. Wah, wah. Wah, wah. Rhoda's been putting up with me. She's been awesome. Oh, you even got your own cruise shirt. What? Yeah. Oh, nice. Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
It's a roller shirt.
And you got the tattoo. What's the tattoo? Oh, you got two. Infinity?
and yeah, something like that.
What is that? What is symbolic there? Why did you get that?
It's a feather, infinity feather with my daughter Casey, and my nickname. This is my nickname. Usually they call me this Rhoda.
It looks like drink, but what is it?
This one?
That looks like drink to me. What does it say?
It's duck.
Duck?
Yeah.
D-U-K?
D-H-A-K.
Oh, duck.
Yeah. Not the duck. Duck.
Right, duck. What does it mean?
My nickname.
It's your nickname?
Yeah.
Okay. Duck. Cool.
That's my nickname. So that's it.
Alright, so this will be it. Hanging with Rhoda, watching, waiting, and praying. Alright, the storm is past. Allie's barking, and that's the way the cookie crumbles. I'm Joel Angel, bums on a boat. Before we let you go though, let's check in with Michael.
It's good to step out of the cab and stretch every once in a while. I have been sitting in a combine now for the better part of 7 weeks. Harvest is kind of going on and on, but I think it's almost done. I am helping some of our friends here. Dad finished up a couple weeks ago, so I've been out here for about 2.5 weeks helping friends of ours who've had just tons of issues with their combine get finished. And the wheat that you can see behind me here is all that's left for me to do. There's peas, but I won't be helping with the peas. And I might be able to get wrapped up today. I probably have a couple more hours of daylight, and I'll cut into the night and see if I can get it wrapped up. And if not, I might have an hour or two tomorrow, but then that's it. Then harvest is finally officially over. It's been an incredible year, an incredible experience for me to come back and harvest with my family, and I think I'm a little bit surprised at how much I am actually enjoying all of this farm work, which is kind of cool because growing up, I never thought that this was going to be part of my life. Obviously I left and I got on a sailboat and I sailed away, but now, years later, I'm 27 years old and coming back, it's been a really good experience, awesome bonding experience with my family, and I'm even enjoying myself, which is cool. So it'll be interesting to see how the farm plays into our future, but I am really excited to get back to the boat, which is happening in just a few short weeks. I'm flying out on October 12th, so that's coming right up, and I'm so excited to get back to the boat, to see Joel, and to get going on all of the adventures and projects and exciting things that we have planned there. So looking forward to sharing that with you, and yeah, I'm just so glad that you're here tagging along with us for the journey. It's wild, you never know what's gonna happen. Farming has been a fun part of the gig to share with you through the channel this summer, so I hope you've enjoyed it. I know I have.
Alright, love you guys. See you next week.
These are the tales of BOAB.
BOAB, baby, where BOAB, baby, where BOAB, baby.